On the bench, we've got my Beretta 84. This is one of the models that came out in the middle to late 70s. They came out with the 81, 82, 84, 85, and 87. This is model 84. The 84 was chambered in 380. It features an ambidextrous frame-mounted safety, a reversible mag release, and an aluminum alloy frame. These come apart pretty simply. You push this button, it goes all the way through the frame. Push down on that lever, the slide moves forward. Field strip. A major issue with these guns is eventually the recoil spring wears out, and with repeated use of a wore out recoil spring, the spring guide pin rod will come back, and instead of resting here, it slams into this part of the frame right here, and it will mushroom this area right in here, and eventually you will not be able to get the slide off it. The mushrooming will stop the guide pin from coming out. When I got this gun, it was badly mushroomed. I picked it up as a gunsmith special from Century Arms, and it had been modified. The anodizing on the aluminum had been stripped off. The grips had been replaced with these rather nice rosewood grips, and it had extensive mushrooming through here in the frame. Can you guys see that? Hope you can see that. So what I did is I did some research, and I found that recoil springs are available, not that expensive, and I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, somebody will, these came with a 14-pound spring, and when I ordered, I went 1 pound heavier. I believe this is a 15-pound recoil spring, brand new. I think it cost me $6. Peace of mind, not a bad investment. We're going to put this back together. First thing you do is you drop the barrel in like that. Now when you put these barrels in, it's very easy when you put the barrel in to put it in like that, so it's not sitting in the slide correctly. You need to make sure that it sits on that ledge. Make sure it's sitting there, because when you go to put the recoil spring and guide rod in, it won't sit right. And see, it just fell out again. It won't sit right, and then when you go to put it back on the frame, if it's out, it won't sit right in here either. The gun's back together. See how I did that? I'll do it again. Bring the slide back a little bit, push the pin from the other side, and that lever pops right into place. Gun's ready to go. Okay, another thing about this gun is the hammer won't drop without the magazine in. There's a spur on the magazine right there that, when inserted into the gun, works on a rod, an action rod in here that engages the sear and allows you to drop the hammer. Very nice trigger on these guns. I like the sights. The front sight is not adjustable. Rear sight you can adjust for windage, but not for elevation. Not that you need it. This gun's very accurate. It shoots better than I do. It's got a slide hold open. Again, works on the magazine. But what we're going to do is I'm going to take this gun apart. Now let's drop the hammer so you can see this. I'm going to take this side, or this right side grip off, and I'm going to show you how that magazine interacts with that action bar, so that you can't drop the hammer without the magazine in. Now, we're going to bring the hammer back. This is the action bar right here that I was talking about. See how it's held by this large spring? And it pulls it down. Now, if I push that up, put a little bit of pressure on the hammer, or the trigger, it holds it in place and allows me to drop the hammer. But if I bring the hammer back, see how it doesn't go up? And that's where this little spur on the magazine comes into play. You put the magazine in, it catches and pushes up on this spring. Let's see if I can watch this spring right here, right here. See how that goes up and disengages from this action bar. Now when I pull the trigger, that action bar goes up with this spring, this small spring over here, pushes up on that action bar and engages the sear and allows me to drop the hammer. Pop the magazine out and that bar drops down. Pretty neat, right? These are great little guns. I believe I've already said that once, but I can't say it enough. These are great little guns. I have never met one that I didn't like. The reason this was a gunsmith special is because it didn't have the safety. There was no safety on the gun when I got it. I had to source that, and what I got was two parts of the safety that weren't from the same gun, and they don't match up precisely the way they should. What I need to do is get some time and re-drill the hole over here so that the sight or the two safety levers match up, and then pin it. But I just thought you guys would like seeing this little old gun. There is a letter code on the front of the trigger guard right here, and you can look that letter code up, and that'll tell you what year your gun was produced. I believe this one was produced in 1983, I believe. Still runs great. I have no complaints. This is my first Beretta, and I got a feeling there's going to be more in my future. But that's all for now. You guys take care. Have a great day. Stay safe. See ya.